Hello student. In this lecture we discuss very important topic national income. It is included in macroeconomics. National income is very important concept in macroeconomics. So we discuss about what is the meaning of national income. So the sum total of values of all goods and services produced in a year. Sum total means here whatever the goods and services produced in our country in a year, that specific summation if you take, then it is called as the national income. The next definition, it is the money value of flow of goods and services available in an economy in a year. So that is also called as the national income. So national income refers to income of a country and it includes four important points. It is a income to a specified period of time, say a year. It includes all types of goods and services, the goods which have an exchange value, and counting each one of them only once. The value of that goods counted only once. So this is very important point related with the national income concept. Now, what is double counting? Okay, see, this is very important part in national income. What is double counting? So for that purpose, I explain you one example. If steel has been evaluated in industrial production, it should not be included while calculating the value of steel products. Steel products means machines and motor cars. To avoid double counting or multiple counting, two methods are generally used. First one, final product method, and second one is the value added method. Now, what is final product method? Adding the value of final product only. Here, final product means if with the help of that steel raw material, if you produce machine, then machine is your final product. So only add the value of that final product. And what is value added method? Go on adding the values created at each stage in the manufacture of commodity. So at every stage, whatever the value of steel, okay, so that value you go on counting stage wise, okay, and then uh, calculate the total value. So this stage wise calculation is included in value added method. Now the next part, all such values created are added up together to arrive at national income of a country. This point is included in value added method. Now, national income concepts. So this is the very important part from examination point of view. Okay, so the following are the concepts of national income. It includes first one, gross national product. In short, it is called as GNP. Next, net national product, it is called NNP. Then national income at factor cost, personal income, and disposable income. Now, see what is gross national product. What is the definition of gross national product? So, the national income is the sum total of values of all goods and services produced during a year. So, that national income, which includes the value, sum total of value of all goods and services produced during a year, that is called gross national product. The money value of this total output is known as gross national product. If you express this point in terms of money, then it is called as gross national product. Value of goods in terms of money, so it is also called as gross national product. So gross national product, for understanding this concept, let's see one example. If A, B, C, D, capital A, B, C, D are goods and services, and if small a b c d are their prices of that goods or commodities. Okay, then the GNP is calculated as follows. GNP is equal to capital A multiplied by small a plus capital B multiplied by small b plus capital C multiplied by small c plus capital D multiplied by small d. Now, GNP is most frequently used national income concept. Okay, it is statistically a simpler concept as it takes no account of depreciation and replacement problems. Replacement problems means depreciation means if there is loss in the value of asset, so at every year the value of that asset or goods goes on decreasing. Okay, so that calculation you have to make separately, and that's why this calculation is not included in GNP. Only you have to take total values of all goods and services. That's why this calculation of GNP is very simple. Now we see the next concept, net national product. What is net national product? This refers to net production of goods and services in a country during a year. What is net production? For calculating NNP, we can also call NNP as national income at market price. Means whatever the market price, current price of goods and services is there. So with the help of that price, we can estimate national income. It is also called as NNP, net national product. So we get NNP by deducting the depreciation from GNP. Now see, depreciation is very important concept. Depreciation means if you take any good, okay, so every year you use that particular goods or commodities, and that's why the value of that goods goes on decreasing. Okay, so that value you have to consider in NNP. Hence, NNP is calculated. What is the formula of NNP? Whatever the value of GNP is there, so you can minus the depreciation of all goods and services from that GNP value, then you can calculate NNP of a country. So this is very important discussion regarding net national product. Now national income at factor cost. National income at factor cost is also known as national income. Okay, so here you can only estimate the factor cost and it is also the national income. So what is the definition? It is the total of all income payments received by factors of production. Already you know about the four factors of production: land, labor, capital, organization and entrepreneur. So whatever the income payments obtained received through these four factors, for example, income payment of land means rent, labor means wages, capital means interest and organization means profit. So this summation of all these 4 points collectively we can call it as a national income at factor cost. In fact, the whole of NNP is not available for the distribution. The sum of indirect taxes goes to government. Hence, indirect taxes have to be deducted from the net national product in order to find out the national income. The production cost of these goods are higher, but they are sold at cheaper rates on account of government subsidies. So naturally subsidies are to be added. Okay, you know subsidies, different types of subsidies. So national income at factor cost is calculated. Formula is NNP at market price. Whatever the net national product is there, you can minus, okay, minus which things, indirect taxes plus subsidies from these NNPs. Then you can estimate national income at factor cost. Now the next point, personal income. So what is personal income? Income earned by all individuals and institutions during a year in a country. Okay, so whatever the income earned by all individuals and institutions, businesses in our country, that is called as personal income. The entire national income does not reach individuals and institutions. A part of it goes by a way of corporate taxes, undistributed profits, and social security contributions. These are the three important ways, and that's why the personal income is calculated, okay, differently and based on these three factors. Also, people sometimes gets income without any productive activity. Means without any activity, if that person gets income, then that income is called transfer payments. Okay, that type of income is called as transfer payments. For example, unemployment benefits, old age pension. So, pension is the example of transfer payments. Such transfer payments are not included in the national income. So, such type of transfer payments are not included in national income. However, they are added to personal income. But these transfer payments are added to personal income. So, finally, if we see the formula for personal income, how to calculate personal income? So for that you can minus, okay, you can minus from national income, you can minus corporate taxes, undistributed profits, and social security contribution. Okay, so these 3 points you have to minus from national income, but you can add transfer payments, then it is also called as the, then it is called as personal income. Okay, income received but not earned, that is called as transfer payments. Income earned but not received are of three types: corporate taxes, undistributed profits, and social security contribution. And that's why this income we have to minus from national income. Now the next point, in case of concept of national income, is disposable income. So what is disposable income? The whole of the personal income is also not available for being spent on consumption. Okay, a part of the personal income has to be paid by individual or households as direct taxes. There are other types of direct personal taxes also. For example, house tax, wealth tax, gift tax, etc. So, disposable income means if you can minus all direct personal taxes from the personal income, then you can receive disposable income for consumption. So, disposable income is equal to, another formula is consumption plus saving. So, these are the different concepts of national income. Now, we see methods of calculation of national income. So, there are three methods to measure the national income. First one, production method, second one, income method, and third one, expenditure method. What is production method? In this method, the total product produced in the economy are calculated for the year and value is added without any double counting. The economy is classified into sectors like agriculture, industrial, fisheries, forest, direct service, and foreign transactions. In each sector, we can find the value of final goods and services. In the international transactions, net foreign income is calculated by subtracting total import from total export and added to national income. So, the result of these sectors when combined gives the national income or national product. The census or product method can be expressed, okay, through following formula. O is equal to C plus I. O is equal to C plus I. So what is O? O stands for output, C stands for consumption of goods, I stands for investment of goods. So this is called as production method. Now income method. According to this method, net income of individual and business houses during a year are added to know the national income. Only those incomes earned and received for producing goods and for rendering services are to be counted. Transfer payments such as old age pension, widow pension, and unemployment benefits, etc., should not be counted as these are the incomes received without contributing to the production. So people gets income in the form of rent, wage, salaries, interest, profits. So the formula is y is equal to c plus s. What is y? Y stands for total income, c stands for consumption, and s stands for saving. Now see the next method, expenditure method. One man's income is another man's expenditure. So this is the very important line. With the help of this line we can also explain this method. Therefore national income can be calculated, arrived at by adding the total expenditure of individual and business firms during a year. Total expenditure of individual and business firms during a year. Expenditure or outlay on final products takes place in three ways. Expenditure or outlay on final product takes place in three ways. Expenditure by consumer on goods and services, expenditure by entrepreneurs on capital or investment goods, then expenditure by government on consumption and capital goods. So the formula for this method is y is equal to c plus I. Y is equal to c plus I. Y stands for total expenditure, c stands for consumption expenditure, and I stands for investment expenditure. So these are the very important three methods of calculating national income. Now the next point, difficulties in the calculation of national income. The following are the practical difficulties in the measurement of national income. In that first one, the statistics are not fully available. Non-monetized sector is dominant. Then most people take out their livelihood from more than one activity. In backward economies like India, particularly in rural sector, the cultivator are and small producers are illiterate and they do not keep books of account. This is a serious difficulty in calculation of national income. Avoidance of double counting becomes complicated. Avoidance for double counting becomes complicated. The village moneylenders maintain absolute secrecy for their transaction. Importance of national income. So now see why national income is important. It indicates the prosperity of nation. Growth in national income indicates economic prosperity. Now it indicates the standard of living of people of a country. It indicates the per capita income with which we can compare the level of development of all the countries. Countries can be classified as developed and developing and underdeveloped based on their per capita income only. National income estimates are very helpful to finance minister. It guides him to make proper and right decisions in regards to taxation and budget. It is useful to compare prosperity of a country at different times. It provides an instrument of economic planning. It indicates the trends of inflation and deflation. You know, inflation means sudden increase in the price. Okay, so that concept in economics is called as inflation, and deflation means decrease in the price level of a country. It's called as deflation. Proper corrective action can be taken against them. So for that purpose national income is important. It helps to know the progress of various sectors in the economy. You know, already there is agriculture sector, service sector, industrial sector. So with the help of this national income we can also find out the growth, okay, progress of various sectors, and if imbalance growth is there, if any, can be solved. Okay, you can also solve such type of problems in imbalance growth. Then the next point, it helps in forecasting the economic future and pre-planning is possible, and it indicates the economic status of a country among the nations of the world. So these are the very important points discussed today regarding the national income concept. So prepared well, this topic is very important for your final theory examination point. So read it again. Thank you.